Good morning. You're listening to Slices of Wenatchee. We're excited to bring you a closer look at one of our top stories and other important happenings every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today, at 100 years old, the Wenatchee soda fountain continues serving memories alongside milkshakes, holding steady as downtown changes around it. Before we continue, have you joined Neighbor yet? If not, download the app today and join local conversations about issues that matter. Neighbor is a site just for our local community focused on facts, not misinformation. Best of all, it's free for everyone. To learn more, visit wenatcheeworld.com/NABUR. Now, let's jump in. On North Wenatchee Avenue, there is a long counter where time has learned to slow down. The stools are worn smooth, the mixers hum with familiar rhythm, and the menu still reads like it did generations ago. The Owl's soda fountain has reached its 100th year, and its survival rests on a century of loyalty, persistence, and people who refuse to let it fade. The story begins in the late 1800s, when Owl Drug Company opens shortly after Wenatchee Incorporated. At the time, Chelan County didn't yet exist, and the railroad was still reshaping the region. The business began as a pharmacy, but quickly became a gathering place, anchoring downtown life along a dusty stretch that would become Wenatchee Avenue. In 1926, the soda fountain arrived. Chrome fixtures, marble counters, Hamilton Beach mixers, and a Toledo scale turned the pharmacy into a social hub. Teenagers gathered after school. News traveled across the counter. Milkshakes, phosphates, and cherry sodas became part of daily life. That Toledo scale proved so precise that the U.S. military later borrowed it during World War II to weigh soldiers before deployment. Over the decades, the Owl moved locations several times, adjusting to rent changes and ownership shifts while keeping its identity intact. Advertising styles evolved, downtown transformed, and trends came and went. Through it all, the counter stayed familiar. The turning point came in 2001, when Owl Drug closed after more than a century. Economic pressures and declining pharmacy margins forced the business to shut its doors. The soda fountain continued briefly, but by 2002, its future looked uncertain. Plans were made to sell off the fixtures piece by piece. That's when Pam Higgins stepped in. She had worked behind the counter since 1971 and knew what the Owl meant to Wenatchee. Along with her husband Frank, she purchased the entire soda fountain, stools, cabinets, mixers, scale, and all, to keep it intact. They relocated the business to the Grand Central Building at 25 North Wenatchee Avenue, added a small gift shop, and preserved the space as a working time capsule. Nearly 2 decades later, the Owl found its next caretaker in someone who hadn't grown up with it at all. Kelsey Alvarado was sitting at the counter a little more than 5 years ago when the idea took hold. She loved the atmosphere, the rhythm of the place, and the way people lingered. The owner happened to be nearby, and a casual comment turned into a serious conversation. Alvarado began working part-time, learning the routines, and trained behind the counter. Eventually, she and her mother bought the business in early 2020. Weeks later, COVID shut everything down. Because the business license had just changed hands, the Owl didn't qualify for most early relief programs. Alvarado navigated paperwork, consultants, and uncertainty before finding a workaround that used the business's century-long tax history to prove eligibility. The doors stayed closed for 6 weeks. When they reopened, it was through the walk-up window only. The bar stools were filled with stuffed animals to maintain distance. The gift shop was roped off. But they adapted. Santa photos were held with Santa sealed inside a homemade snow globe. Alvarado spent long days making cocoa bombs by hand to keep revenue flowing. The lights stayed on. As operations stabilized, Alvarado made careful changes. A culinary school graduate, she added a bakery case filled with brownies, cookies, and blondies designed to pair with ice cream and milkshakes. But the classics stayed. Phosphates, strawberry malts, egg creams, and soda water spritzes remained untouched. The cherry lemon sour phosphate continues to be a top seller, the sundaes reaching 100 orders. Today, the Owl runs mostly on 2 people. Alvarado and her mother handle most shifts, with seasonal help during the summer. Winter is quieter. Regulars fill the counter seats, many arriving daily for coffee, burgers, and a little conversation. She says when someone doesn't show up, they notice, and sometimes they call to check in. The Owl functions as a gathering place. Retirees bring garden vegetables to share, conversations stretch across generations, stories repeat, and sometimes evolve. Looking ahead, Alvarado hopes to grow carefully. Her goal is sustainability and enough expansion to support staff and allow her mother to retire while keeping the heart of the business intact. For more, head over to WenatcheeWorld.com. Are you passionate about the issues shaping North Central Washington? Then you won't want to miss the Wenatchee World Forum at Pybus. This monthly event brings together newsmakers and the community to dive into the topics that matter most. It's your chance to engage, ask questions, and be part of the conversation shaping our region's future. Have questions or need more info? Visit WenatcheeWorld.com/forum. Now, a few other stories you should know about. Shalane residents Brant and Lisa Westover will be rooting for the Patriots this Sunday, but not just because they like football. Their son, Jack Westover, is starting at fullback for New England in the Super Bowl. Jack's journey from a lightly recruited high school player to an NFL starter has been filled with detours, injuries, and hard-earned opportunities, including a stint with the Seahawks before landing a roster spot with the Patriots. While Brant has always supported Seattle, this year he says all loyalties are with Jack and the Patriots. A construction worker is recovering after falling 2 stories Thursday afternoon at the Majestic Apartments construction site in downtown Wenatchee. Emergency crews from Wenatchee Valley Fire Department and Ballard Ambulance responded quickly, using a ladder truck to lower the injured worker from the 4th floor. Officials said the injuries appeared non-life-threatening, but the worker was taken to Confluence Health Hospital for evaluation and treatment. Chelan County PED has approved a new customer assistance program aimed at easing utility costs for low to moderate income households. Starting June 1st, eligible residents earning up to 80% of the county's median income will receive a 25% discount on electricity, water, and wastewater bills. The updated program expands on an existing senior and disability discount with broader eligibility and streamlined application options. The district estimates up to 10,000 households could qualify. Apple Blossom Festival Top 10 royalty candidates recently toured the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, tracing local history from ancient Clovis stone tools to early aviation and Apple industry innovation. The visit included a demonstration of the museum's 1919 Wurlitzer pipe organ, exhibits honoring the Wenatchee Piscosa people, and stories of Clyde Pangborn's historic Trans-Pacific flight. The tour concluded with Apple Blossom royalty artifacts, connecting the candidates to nearly a century of festival tradition. Finally, congratulations to Maddie Atwood, one of Wenatchee Valley Business World's 30 Under 35 honorees. At just 28 years old, she serves as a special education case manager and ASB advisor at Orchard Middle School, where she's been a dedicated presence since her student teaching days. Maddie's work in both education and local theater has made her a familiar face in the community, and she says her students' growth and resilience continue to inspire her every day. Thanks for listening. For more information on all the stories you heard today, visit us at WenatcheeWorld.com. The Wenatchee World has been engaging, informing, and inspiring North Central Washington communities since 1905. We encourage you to subscribe today to keep your heart and mind connected to what matters most in North Central Washington. Thanks for starting your morning with us, and don't forget to subscribe to Slices of Wenatchee wherever you listen to podcasts.